Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. You're watching me live from Afri Gossip. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not yet to subscribe to my channel, could you please do so? And for those that are already on my platform before, thank you very much for watching me. I appreciate you all. Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré já yín sí, mo ní nǹkan tí mo gbé wá fún yín lénìí. Ṣé ẹ rí this very one that tí mo gbé wá fún yín lénìí? Mr. Dawah explained furthermore about the toxicology results. Wípé àwọn lọ́yà Wunmi need láti lọ challenge results yẹn. Mohbad pẹ̀lú family ẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ tẹ́tí sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ̀lé mi ká lọ.
Okay, good. Now I've tried to contact a pathologist concerning the toxicology results that were announced last week, and there was a statement by the pathologist, Mr. Feishayoso. He said that the red content in the grave are red soil, mud soil. They are mud soil, but actually we have video evidences, and that is the closest one. I've been going on social media. That video is dated 13th of September. That video is dated 13th of September, and that was blood, not sand, not muddy sand. I had to call on a pathologist who I have been making my research with, and that area, we believe, first of all, Wunmi presently should ask her lawyers to get the toxicology, the original toxicology results, not the explanation. Then they should give it to a pathologist. Give it to a pathologist to explain in details to them. To explain in details to them. What the pathologist came to do at the inquest was just make verbal explanation. Was he reading from the toxicology results? No. But he came to explain. He showed pictures about the autopsy processes. He talked about the samples. He also talked about the toxicology results. He was telling them about if there were any narcotics in the blood, in the body. Also talked about the content of the injections, if they were of the right doses. There was one that was that was a bit high, and but he actually said that dosage can't actually kill anybody. So the issue here is this: there is a lie in the results. The lie in the results, or in what that pathologist said, was that there was no blood in the grave. If we can assume, I am saying assumption now, if we can assume that there is blood in the grave from the video evidences that we have, because the blood actually soaked inside the coffin. The coffin was padded with cloth. In the video I just showed now, that cloth was actually raised, and the blood soaked that material. And the pathologist said he was there. He mentioned the people at the graveside. He said that was his first experience of seeing stones there and blah blah blah. He was saying those things. Why did he say that thing was not a blood? If one statement is wrong, why should I then believe the entire toxicology results? Tomorrow by 8:15, I'm going to show you some articles. I'm sorry to be a bit boring because there are scientific words that will be said. A decomposing body of 9 days. Why did you say the result is inconclusive? Is it possible? Yes or no? I'm not saying anything this night. I'm making my research, and the research will be concluded this night, at least before midnight. At least before midnight. I think that will be 8:15. I use West African time. That is PM. Yeah, PM. 8:15 PM tomorrow. Now, there are so many things that this also goes to Baba's team. At least for once, we are going to work as a team in only one thing. For those people listening, for once, Team Wunmi and Team Baba would work on one thing. One thing is to ask all the legal teams, all of them, all the legal teams, to get the toxicology results and go and meet pathologists to explain in details. There are so many ways of conducting toxicology. Which way did they use to come up with that the cause of death is? For once, we will all agree on something. Which way? All the legal teams should work. They should work individually, but work on this. Question it. I've already seen a loophole in what was announced, that there was no blood in the grave, but there are video evidences when they left that grave that what they saw there was not mud sand. It was not, but was blood. And two, Baba gave us a clue to something today. He mentioned the police station, Oniru police station. Thank God that the police force, they work on duties. Falana Chambers, Wunmi, we are calling on you. It is not the time to relax. It is now time to stand up. Your son is 1 year old, no more a baby. You have to produce the statement Baba wrote that day, because that is the closest to the clue. It happened that day. There were no false narrations. False narrations had not started. Who was the officer on duty? Has the DPO been changed? If yes, get that DPO. If no, walk up to the DPO and ask him of the officers on duty on that day. Does the police station have CCTV? CCTV can go as back as 1 year. If no, who were the officers on duty? If there was a CCTV, Alhamdulillah, the CCTV is going to capture the time they drove in with Mohbad. If indeed they used 3 hours at the police station, who entered the police station? Who wrote the statement? The officers on duty. Was Baba under pressure while he was writing the statement? Was he dictating or was he writing? How many times was the statement written? Who was the officer that addressed Baba, that Baba said so and so? The CCTV will answer. If no, the statement Baba wrote is enough to give us a clue of what really happened to Mohbad. Was there an arrest of the nurse? Was there a release? If the police station has the CCTV, we are going to see that. Wunmi, I am in support of Otumba because I am me, Dawah class. I work with ultimatum. I'm giving you a week. If by next week Sunday we still don't have unanswered questions, we don't have at least one petition, at least one, wallahi, I will only be in the comment section. And I will now I'll start even going to other people's platform to look for trouble, to cause trouble. And the causing trouble is to drag you. I will no longer stay in Temi's platform. I will now start dragging you up and down. If you thought think Wunmi and gone ma lo. Mani me go me mokoto show. Eva Joy said Mr. Dawah, the ballet do right by using goats. Where and when was it said? Was it at the time of exhuming the body? The video you saw, there was no goats buried there. It was immediately Mohbad was lifted away from the grave that people trooped in there that they saw the blood. If they say there was a sacrifice, a goat sacrifice there, the person that conducted that sacrifice must come out. That loophole of blood in the grave that the pathologist said it was sand, it is only if there was a sacrifice inside the grave. That is when we are going to believe that the person that conducted that sacrifice would talk about it. I've heard about that thing before. It's not that it is strange to me. I've heard about what you just said now. That before you exhume, you make a sacrifice. To who? To the corpse? Or to death itself, the angel of death itself? So the person that did that sacrifice must come out and say, so if they say it is blood, that means the pathologist is wrong. My sister, do you understand what I just said? My sister, do you understand what I just said? If the rumor flying around says that there was a sacrifice performed and that was the blood we saw, then the pathologist that said he was there, that was the first time that there was a stone, or there were two stones on the grave. There was one that when they wanted to get to the grave, there was another stone. I won't believe him anymore, because he had come out to say that it was not blood but sand. If there are conflicting statements in a toxicology and autopsy results, why should I now believe a toxicology result 100%? My dear sister, what I'm saying this night is for the entire teams of Justice for Mohbad. It has nothing to do with Temi's platform. It has nothing to do with Team Wunmi or Team Baba Mohbad, but this is Team Mohbad itself talking to you. The way they said it must be investigated. Baba that came out today that said this was the police station after how many months? 8 months. Did he now mention it on social media? Alhamdulillah, we are getting there. If indeed that is the police station, the officers on duty must appear at the coroner inquest, the next coroner inquest. Falana Chambers, this is for you. The officers in question on duty on that day must provide the statement of Baba. If there's a CCTV, they must provide it, because that statement happened that day. Nobody has now come out with diluted narrations that we have now. That statement does not have the hand of Nigerians in it. It had the direct words of what happened that day. The next coroner inquest, Baba Falana, we are begging you, petition that station, Oniru station, that Baba said is a Sangros. Petition them that the officers on duty that day, that they did not give Baba the doctor's the police report, should come and testify of what transpired that day. Tomorrow, Omalagbara, Baba started today by reciting the voice notes. Pé tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi pé ó ti pẹ́ tẹ́tí ń ṣe tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi kíní kan. I listened to it. Tomorrow would explain in details what happened with evidences. Why was that voice not recorded? Did they have a previous fight? People think they have a previous fight. Is it true? We're going to discuss it. We're going to also talk about toxicology itself. Next, we're going to talk about all what Prime Boy said. I said something that Prime Boy was talking about the sex life of Mohbad. The way they take Mohbad, one, the stories I see. Oya lomu ìwé tó fi ra lẹ̀ wá, oya lọ gbé placenta wá, daddy mi they present Mohbad as if Mohbad is a dodoyo, that he can't do things on his own. Oya daddy mi mo ma ti gbé fún àwọn tó lọ mọ̀. Ẹnìkan wá sọ pé òun tẹ̀lé obìnrin for 10 years ẹ̀kan péré ẹ wá sọ Mohbad di báwo mo ṣe lè sọ bí dọ̀dọ̀ you're a very stupid person ẹ wá sọ di èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ I know they are waiting. Is Mohbad a sharp shooter? Alẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ ẹ mọ̀. Inconclusive in medicine. And when they say this thing is inconclusive, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Like an autopsy result is inconclusive. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay, chairman is saying the hospital should be invited to testify. Testify over what? Testify over what? It is when the court, if it goes to trial, that's when the hospital will testify. The hospital is not a witness of what happened in the house. So, chairman, try to understand. They turned him to impotent. At least Oshibimo. So he's not impotent, but they turned him to Dodoyo, somebody that does not have a mind of his own. That's what I think they turned Mohbad to. If Mohbad does not trust his father and he trusts his in-laws, I don't see any fault in that. For me to give my landed properties to my mother-in-law, beside my dad that is always calling to me for money all the time. Why should I give my... People don't understand the trick, the thoughts of Mohbad. I'm a guy. I am married. My wife's family, they are a bit well-to-do. My father comes to me for money. He even said it today. He said it today again. Ó fẹ́ ṣe wedding. Àfi dandan ẹgbẹ̀wò tí ẹ ṣe sọ fún àwọn èèyàn tó wà ń Kòròdú kó lọ sí island pé ọmọ yìí máa ẹ sọ pé 20 fẹ́ jẹ màálù ẹyọ kan ẹ ṣe kún ọ láti Kòròdú nítorí gbogbo ìbìrìpò àti màálù tó máa tán ẹ ṣe kún ọ láti Kòròdú lọ síbẹ̀ ẹ ṣáà kó àwọn èèyàn láti ibẹ̀ lọ sẹ́pẹ̀ ẹ ṣe marriage tọ̀dọ̀ yín nílé yín ẹ ṣe marriage yẹn ní Ẹ̀pẹ́. That is where you know the mind of Mohbad psychologically. Anything that has to do with finances. Bàbá lè gba ilé yẹn, ìwé ilé yẹn kó lọ tà. Ṣé bàbá tó fẹ́ kọ́ church tó ń bá ọmọ wọn jà wípé 1 million tó fẹ́ fún mi yẹn kò lè tó? Ṣé bàbá yẹn náà lè máa sọ wípé ilẹ̀ rí o bàbá ẹ bá ń tọ́jú ẹ̀? tí bàbá bá ń wá owó lọ́jọ́ kan ṣé bàbá ò ní lọ ta ilẹ̀. That is the mindset of Mohbad. If people are reasoning very well, that is how you know that Mohbad was a very wise man. A very wise man. Kí ló dé tí ò fi fún wọn placenta? Did Wunmi not mention it in the CTC? Bàbá níyàwó tó pọ̀ ni. And that's true. That is true. Ẹ wo ìyá Lọ́ládé, ṣé bàbá tó fẹ́ ṣe ìràpadà fọ́mọ náà máa lọ gbé placenta fún? Bàbá tó fẹ́ ṣe ìràpadà fún èèyàn tó ń wá aṣọ tó làágùn sí náà máa wá wò sùsù tó máa gbé placenta fẹ́rú ẹni náà. You people should think how Mohbad should be thinking. Abẹ́rò pé Wùnmí ò ní tears gbà tó bímọ ni. Èèyàn tí ó rọbí tó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ló máa du placenta pẹ̀lú eléwé ọmọ. Abẹ́rò pé gbà tó lọ sin ibi Liam, placenta Liam, ṣe rò pé Mohbad nìkan ló wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Àní ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ court case. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ń dúró de kinní ni. But my own is this, Wunmi, it is high time. I'm giving you 1 week. Chairman, try to use your sense. Ẹ lè filẹ̀, let people see how stupid his comments are. Ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀. Let people see how stupid his comments are and compare. Ẹ wá o gbọ́dọ̀ lóyún ọmọ tó máa bí òun ló máa ra pósí mi o. Ó lọ sókè fún 7. Ọmọdé ká dá èdè àbàbá mo ti lóyún. Ó bímọ tán wọ́n sọ pé fẹ́ padà wọ́n náà fẹ́ gba placenta ọmọ. Ẹni torí ẹ̀ bá pé kò ní fi placenta yẹn lẹ̀. Asking the men here tó bá jẹ́ yín ṣe máa fi placenta lẹ̀. Bàbá ẹ̀ ó ń béèrè aṣọ tó làágùn sí bóun fẹ́ fi ṣe ìràpadà fún ẹ. Ṣé wàá fi placenta ọ ìbí ọmọ ẹ lẹ̀? No, àní ẹgbẹ́ yẹ̀wò. I'm not talking to the men at all. To the men on the platform. Ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń pè ní ìràpadà. Èèyàn mo máa ń wo ohun fídíò mi dẹ̀ máa ń gbọ́ ń bẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa ń bíbá èmi ò ń ṣọmọ Yorùbá lọ títí o, but mo fẹ́ béèrè èèyàn tí ò bá ní long life kọ́ náà ń ṣe ìràpadà fún ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀yin tó wà ní panel ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mute ara yín nǹkan tí mo sọ ń sìn ṣé òótọ́ ni àbí kò ń ṣe tòótọ́. Èèyàn tó bá rí pé kò ní long life kọ́ náà máa ń ṣe ìràpadà fún.
Yeah, redemption of your soul. Redemption of one's soul. That's what it is.
Kí nù ẹ lọ bẹ àwọn onífá ẹ lọ èèyàn míì láti fi rọ́pò.
Engineer said
not
I don't know. But
It is.
Engineer mo mọ̀ pé ti ṣe
I'll
kọrin.
attend èmi sí ẹ̀sìn anes ni mò ń lọ. So tó bá sọ wípé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ìràpadà fún èèyàn. Either ẹni yẹn sick wọ́n wò wípé kó má kú wọ́n máa fi ṣe ìràpadà fún or message jáde wípé ẹni yìí ò ní long life o kí nǹkan tó lè ṣe ṣé máa ṣe ìràpadà fún. So nǹkan tó mì nìyẹn engineer mi understand nǹkan tẹ́yìn sọ tí anes lè mi lọ. So
because even the word if you translate it to English,
Yeah.
redemption, what does it mean to redeem?
no wọn ṣe fún emèrè ta ló kọ sí pé emèrè wọn fẹ́ ṣe ìràpadà fún emèrè bíi tipa nǹkan tó ń mì ní wípé ẹni yẹn ìdá mẹ́sẹ̀gì jáde fún wípé ẹni yẹn ò ní long life àbí ẹni tó bá sick at the point of death ló máa ń ṣe fún.
aráàlú Dawah ní ti finance, so òun náà lè má gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa.
I think Celestial Church of Christ as well does it because I've heard somebody mention it that Ofeloshe Irakpada Nisele.
Èèyàn kan rí ẹni tí ikú rìn ní orí ẹ̀. Okay.
For those for anything death is hovering around.
It's a literal translation. A literal
Yeah,
translation.
exactly.
Literal
Very
Very
simple. I mean,
very simple.
yeah.
We don't need to beat around the bush. It's very simple, straightforward.
For people who don't know about what you are saying, in the Bible, there's somebody called Jabesi. Ṣé Jabesi ni? Tí wọ́n sọ fún pé ó máa kú, àbí ṣé Ezekiah? Mo ti gbàgbé. There's somebody, ẹ̀yin pastors tẹ̀ wá nù kínní. It wasn't Jabesi.
He turned to the wall and spoke to the wall. I know who you're talking about, but I don't know the name right now.
And God added 15 years, a king. That person is a king.
Hezekiah, exactly.
Ezekiah,
Yeah, he turned to the wall.
Ezekiah.
And God added life.
Good. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní ìràpadà nìyẹn. God added 15 years to his life.
Where they say a parent also takes a child's death. There are instances like that as well.
Now, nínú Bíbélì, àdúrà náà lò. The person repented to God and he cried very vehemently pé ikú rèé. That is what happened in the Bible. Èwo wá ní ọ̀rọ̀ aṣọ tó gùn wà. That is a traditional approach. Tẹ́ bá jẹ́ Mohbad, put yourself in Mohbad's shoes. Would you trust your father who has such a mindset with the placenta of your child? Ṣé Mohbad ò padà kú ni? Mo gbọ́ yín o.
No, Josie ò lọ bá Mohbad fúnra ara ẹ̀. Ó tún rán ìyá Mohbad ló rán.
Ẹ ṣe Tobi.
Ìyá Mohbad àbí? Ìyá Mohbad.
Ó tún lọ bá Mohbad fúnra rẹ̀ pé Mohbad nǹkan tíbi tí mo lọ nǹkan tó sọ yìí. Ó tún wá ní ìyá ẹ̀ lórí kó bóun jí aṣọ yẹn wá. Kò ṣe pé kó jẹ́ kí Mohbad fúnra rẹ̀ mọ̀ o. Kó bóun jí aṣọ yẹn wá fún òun.
Is èèyàn tó bá ń ṣerú ẹ̀, do you think that's the first time traditional person?
Mr. Dawah,
Do you think Mohbad does not know that
said,
my father could be tied? Mo gbọ́ yín. No, feel free to interrupt me.
Remember Muyiwa said nígbà tí wọ́n sọ wípé tí Wunmi sọ̀rọ̀ wípé tóun bá sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yìí síta wọ́n máa sọ̀kò pa. Muyiwa now said tani ò kí what's that word you used? Tani ò ra ilé ayé gbé fún ọmọ, which means wípé Muyiwa náà mọ̀ wípé bàbá ó ń tojú bọlé kiri. So wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé Wunmi knows about all this. So bóyá ó feel wípé lára àwọn nǹkan tí Wunmi máa jáde tó máa wá sọ nìyẹn, ibi tí bàbá ti ojú bọ̀, àwọn nǹkan kan tí bàbá ti ṣe. Ẹ má dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká gbàgbé náà wípé tí èèyàn bá fọ́ọ̀sì glory pé.
Cindy, bàbá tún wo akọ̀ṣẹ́jayé ọmọ ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ rò yí pé wọ́n lè ti mọ̀ wípé Mohbad ò ní dàgbà lọ
long life. Then téèyàn bá dẹ̀ tún fọ́ọ̀tì wípé ó fẹ́ ra ògo fún ọmọ, ó fẹ́ ra ògo,
á jẹ́ ọmọ ológo bọ́ kò ní ní long life. Cindy, continue. I dey gbádùn you. You be C and S. Continue.
Yeah.
I dey gbádùn you.
Téèyàn bá force wípé ó fẹ́ kí òkìkí tó bá force wípé okay ọmọ yìí ọmọ ológo ni but wọ́n ní kò ní live long but bàbá yẹn wá force wípé kógo yìí lè tètè ṣe ó lè cause short life fún ẹni yẹn gan kẹ́mi ẹni yẹn kúrú. Then at the same time tó bá jẹ́ wípé ní tòótọ́ bàbá yẹn fẹ́ lo aṣọ yẹn fún ìràpadà ni, why can't he approach Mohbad gangan fúnra rẹ̀? And I also want to believe that bóyá Mohbad ti bá bàbá ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa dáàdì mi ẹ má máa tójú bọlé mọ́ mi ò láìkí gbogbo orú nǹkan báyìí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So nígbà tí ó wá fẹ́ lọ ṣe kí nìyẹn kò lè béèrè lọ́wọ́ Mohbad fúnra rẹ̀ gangan because ó mọ̀ wípé Mohbad ò ní gbà fóun. Mohbad lè ti wọ̀n ẹ̀ wípé a ní ẹ má máa tójú bọlé kiri mọ́ mi ò láìkí gbogbo nǹkan báyìí. So bàbá need láti jáde wá sọ nǹkan fún wa kí ni nǹkan tí bàbá